This morning by Sara Elander. She's the director of programs at Saving Innocence. It's a nonprofit that helps support people impacted by human trafficking. And Sara, thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we carried the press conference of this raid yesterday live on air, and the details of what happened to those victims were just so graphic. It immediately made me think, what do you do for victims in a case like this? I know that your organization was involved in the raids yesterday. I want to talk about how you were involved and how you help people through this.
Yeah, of course. And so Saving Innocence, one of our main programs is providing crisis response and case management to victims who are impacted by human trafficking. And so operations and law enforcement engagement like this means that we are providing basic needs, shelter, emergency services to anyone who might be impacted. And so making sure that they have everything that they need, coordinating with law enforcement for their safety, and making sure that they have someone that's going to walk through the process with them. We have a team of advocates that walk very closely with survivors of human trafficking to make sure that all of their needs are met, but also that they're not alone. And that they know that they're not alone in the process of recovery, in the process of interviewing, in the process of finding a safe place to go, where often they're displaced from their living situation. So making sure that they know that they're not alone.
Yeah, I think that's so important. I think you look at cases like this with such graphic details and people get so lost in that. You forget there's humans on the other side of this who have to recover and rehabilitate long after we've stopped covering it on the news. What does that recovery process look like for someone who's been through something so horrific?
Yeah, I mean, the trauma of human trafficking is incredibly complex. Human trafficking, as reported in the press conference, is incredibly brutal. There's a lot of violence. There's a lot of kind of complex interwoven dynamics where, you know, like I said, their housing or their living situation might be interwoven with their trafficking. There might be familial dynamics, there might be safety dynamics. And so the beginning stages of recovery are often making sure that all of those pieces are addressed very quickly: housing, safety, basic needs, support, and then looking at, you know, addressing the complex trauma of the things that they've endured. Often we have found that human trafficking is a wildly traumatic experience, but it is not the only traumatic experience that they've had. And so we're looking at complex, you know, compounded trauma. So kind of walking through that process and saying, you know, you're not alone. We can do this step by step. That's a big part of our program, is helping them identify what they want to do, where they want to go, and helping them get there.
Absolutely. And as much as this is covered in the news and it's cases that people read into because they're often very graphic and people get wrapped up in them, human trafficking is still so misunderstood.
Totally.
What do you find people don't know about it? I think even at one point I thought, oh, it looks like the movie Taken. You're snatched off the street. I understand that's really not the common depiction of what actually happens.
Of course. I mean, the movie Taken, it highlighted human trafficking. So we're never going to say that it was harmful, because that does happen. That is a form of human trafficking, but it is not what it's looking like in Los Angeles on the day-to-day. And so human trafficking, it exploits vulnerability and unmet needs. And so we're looking at our most vulnerable populations. So children, youth in foster care, undocumented populations, marginalized populations, anyone who might feel othered. And so we look at some of these vulnerable populations that might have unmet needs or vulnerabilities that traffickers and perpetrators can come in and target and exploit. And so when we talk about, you know, what it might look like of, you know, what we see on TV, where it's like people are chained to radiators and basements and taken to other countries, that does happen. But here in Los Angeles, it's a lot of a relational exploitation, and then the commodification of, you know, of human bodies for sex in exchange for money. And so we're seeing that on the street level. It's entirely underground in a lot of ways. So it's really hard to put a number to how many survivors and victims of human trafficking there are in Los Angeles, which makes it hard to report in a legitimate way. We know exactly how many bank robberies are happening, because they're reported and documented and the victims are all numbered. We don't have that same data collection for human trafficking. So it's hard to report. That's what makes it thrive in a lot of ways. But it also makes it really hard to understand for the general public.
Absolutely. So anyone who needs help, we're really proud of the work you're doing at Saving Innocence. Tell us where they can get more information.
Yeah, and so we have a public hotline for survivors of human trafficking who might need help. And so that's 888-616-4325. And that's public for any survivor that might be experiencing human trafficking and wants help. We also have a website called lahumantrafficking.com/get-help, which will provide a ton of resources for anyone that might be looking for support, crisis response, or any kind of resource that they might need to get help.
Awesome. Very helpful. Sara, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
We appreciate it. All right.